Hey guys. Yeah, I thought I'd come on here and as sort of a continuation, a follow-up to my Transformers the movie discussion and talk. I thought I'd come on here and show you the, well, how do I put it? The soundtracks that I mentioned in the video that I currently have, or the variations of them. So, without further ado, let's check that out. Okay everybody, before we start off, I said in my other video that I had the VHS that was released by Kid Rhino or Rhino Animation. The DVD is in a tote somewhere in the closet, in the garage. I think I know which one, but I'm not going to dig it out. But this, of course, is the VHS of the Rhino release of Transformers the movie. As you can see, it says special edition on top, special collector's edition. I had the other one. I don't know what I did with the other one. I think it's somewhere. I just don't know. But it doesn't have this. It just has the regular cover that you saw in the previous video. But yeah, excuse me. Give me that. But yeah, this is the Rhino Entertainment one, and as you can see, that's what it looks like, and that's basically how far I went, just about to the end of the movie when I saw it. But this is the cover for the Rhino one. So yeah, there's the movie, basically the Rhino release in a clamshell. The other was a slip sleeve, you know, what they used to have. But that's not what you're here to see, though. That's not what you're here to see, though. So let me try to adjust this so I can see better, because I'm probably going to have to switch things around here. Okay. Hopefully this works out a little bit better. But yeah, I do have the soundtracks. I do have the soundtracks. And the first one, the first version of the soundtrack I got, believe it or not, was I'm guessing a reissue, excuse me, a reissue of the original CD release of the soundtrack. Now, you're probably thinking they had CDs back in '86. Yeah, they had CDs back in '86, guys, and this is the original CD. I have the cover. I have the case. I have the jewel case somewhere. I just gotta find it. I think it's over here with my other CDs in the CD tower I have. Probably just at the bottom or something. But yeah, this is the first version of the soundtrack I got, and like I said in the other video, I got this because of the fact that my when me and my dad would go with my grandma, or we would go on our own into Topeka, Kansas, because of course my dad worked there. Next to the Hypermart, that's what the Walmart was called in Topeka, because it was a big old thing. It was grocery and clothing and all that, so it was called a Hypermart before they settled on Supercenter. Right next door was a Barnes and Noble, and any time we had a chance, if we had the opportunity, we would go and spend some time in there, look around, me and my dad, my grandma. And one day I walked in there, and right in the back was the music section, and I remember turning to the right, and to the right at the end of the room was, of course, a selection of CDs, basically a lot of CDs, and most of them were movie soundtracks. It was a soundtrack section, and I was just looking, you know, seeing what they had, and when I got to the T section, I saw something. I saw at the top, because they usually have the title of the CD is on a sticker, I saw on the sticker Transformers the movie, and I'm thinking, no way, no way. So I pull it out. Sure enough, it's the movie. So, well, not the movie, but it's the soundtrack. Now, I didn't have the money at the time to get it. So what my grandma Lois does, and who's watching now down from heaven. What my grandma Lois would do at times was she would get me something. She would go into town, and when she would shop, she would also get me or my dad a few extra things, you know, that were non-grocery. She would buy our groceries for us at times if we gave her a list, but most of the time she would just buy some groceries for us because she wanted to, and sometimes she would buy something extra on the side. Well, I told her about this because sometimes her and my aunt would go into Barnes & Noble, and she was like, okay, no problem. I would leave her a note, and sometimes she wouldn't do it, because she felt like, look, I didn't have time, I just wanted to get home. Both of them wanted to get home and all that. But anyway, one day, out of the kindness of her heart, because she was always willing to give to her grandchildren something every now and then, like I said, she went to Barnes & Noble and bought this. She bought this for me. And I was happy. Because I didn't know if she knew what I said. I think I put on a note, ask somebody, just in case. And she did. And she bought this for me. And I'm very happy that she did. I'm very happy that she did. Again, I think she bought this for me. I think she may have bought this for me, or she may have bought something else. One way or another, she helped me get it on CD. So I was very happy that I got that. And again, like I said, this is, I think, a reissue of one of the original releases of the soundtrack on CD. And you can kind of see that right there with the songs and everything. But of course, you have this on the back. There's nothing on the inside. This kind of tells you that it might have been a reissue, or this is just how they were at the time. But I was really happy to get this. I was really, really thrilled. Now, of course, later on, when they decided to do a 20th anniversary, or re-release the movie on DVD through do the 20th anniversary back in 2006. Of course, like I said, I worked at the Walmart in Lawrence, Kansas at the time, the only Walmart there. I think they got two now, that one that I worked at and another one. And so, to coincide with the 20th anniversary, not only did they release the 2-disc DVD release of the movie by Sony Music Entertainment, but they also, to coincide with it, released this. The Transformers the Movie Original Motion Picture Soundtrack 20th Anniversary Edition. And what made this interesting was it had the songs that you saw on the original soundtrack that I showed you, or the original release that I showed you. But in addition to the songs, it's got a bit of a crack here, so I'm sorry about that. But in addition to the songs, it also had some bonus tracks, and you can kind of see what those bonus tracks are right there. And like I said, in addition with the songs and all that, it even gives information as to why they released it. But I was very happy to get this soundtrack when they released it, get this interpretation of the soundtrack when they released it. And of course, on the inside, of course, you have Optimus and some of the G1 characters on the front. And then, as you open it, you get the cover, which is a lithograph. It's a lithograph one. Okay, so with the 20th anniversary DVD, when it first came out, the 2-disc DVD by Sony, they had a lithograph cover that was inserted in front, so that when you would move it around, it would go from Prime to Rodimus. So that's kind of what this represents here. And then of course here's the soundtrack with, it's a purple coloring. It has Unicron's design. It has Unicron right in the middle of it. I think you can see that it's got Unicron right in the middle. So it's kind of cool. And I think on the back doesn't really have much except, just some blank space and all that. So, but yeah, that's the soundtrack. Like I say, as you can tell, you got Unicron on there, which is kind of cool, in the middle. And then, of course, like I say, you have the inserts here, which again has Prime on the front, has Prime on the front, has Rodimus on the back, Hack with RC and Galvatron and Daniel and basically the new characters and Unicron's head right there. So now on the inside they do give you more information. They do give you, I think this was yeah, there's a bit of a letter here at the beginning. And then yeah, it's a bit of a letter. This is from Vince DiCola. Vince DiCola actually pinned this whole letter. It's a 2-pager in 2007 that shows you when they released the 20th anniversary soundtrack. See if you can read that best you can. And then of course you have the tracks in the next pages as well. So you have the tracks of all the songs and even the bonus tracks, which is kind of cool. And then on the back, it's not really much. It's just, you know, this. So and it shows you the original, I guess, cover, the original soundtrack cover right there. So, again, really cool about that. But yeah, they sold this at the store, like I said, at the Walmart I was working at. It was actually about, I think, about a month or so later, a couple of weeks later, this was out. So I had to grab it. So anyway, after that, it took a while. And then we didn't get anything Transformers the movie related wise until the Blu-ray by Shout Factory. But in between that, or a little around that, we got another variation of the soundtrack. It is something that fans have been wanting for a while, and for any fans that went to BotCon, when it was BotCon, now it's HasCon, but when they went to BotCon and all that, on some of the Transformers conventions, mostly BotCon, they would get exclusive soundtracks with the score, with Vince DiCola's score from the movie. So, obviously by popular demand and in time for the 30th anniversary, basically, Legacy, I think, what is it? I think it's, let me check here. Don't got my glasses on. Hold on. Sony Music, okay. So anyway, in time for the, and I think this was released, when was this released? Oh, 2013, so this was actually a couple years before. Almost like, I guess in time for the 25th anniversary of the movie. But in response to that, popularity of wanting, of the score, of everybody hearing about people getting the score, kind of putting it, and then after getting the score, they would put it online and people would be able to download it. That's how my cousin Xavier got the score, and he sent me a copy in the mail when I was living in Kansas. He was here in California. He sent me a copy in the mail, and then that's how I was also able to get some of it online as well. I also got, of course, the same copy, the same music and all that online because people put it online. So basically, by popular demand, and I guess in time for the 25th anniversary of the movie, Sony Music Wonder distributed this. Now, this came out, now this was, it says 2013, but this came out, I think, was officially released around the time of the Blu-ray, as a Shout Factory Blu-ray. But here, we have Transformers the Movie original motion picture score by Vince DiCola. Yeah, like I said, basically if you go to the BotCons and all that, you would get exclusive soundtracks and all that on CD of the score by Vince DiCola, or Vince DiCola would perform the soundtrack there, or the score there. So yeah, I saw this online. Somebody actually mentioned it online. Somebody actually talked about this, and I looked it up online, saw it, and I'm thinking, okay, where can I get it? So I went to Amazon, saw it was there, got it, and the rest is history. But yeah, here you have the cover, the original cover, kind of like from the poster, if you will, except for the original motion picture score on the bottom. You have Transformers the movie. You have like basically a condensed version of the motion picture poster. And then on the back, you have the tracks for the score and everything. Like, I think this has about 25 tracks on it. Yeah, 25 tracks. So this has 25 tracks on it, and actually has screenshots of the characters on there from Ultra Magnus, Wreck-Gar, Galvatron, RC, Rodimus, Hot Rod, if you will, and Springer. So really nice. And then, like I said, you have the tracks of all the scores, of all the background music, background score they used throughout the movie. So it's pretty cool. And then on the inside you have the CDs. Not really much special. It's just it's just a black CD with the Transformers the movie name and logo in orange, and then as well as the original motion picture score in orange, and then Vince DiCola and all that. That's basically what it is. Not too much. It's alright. And then on the back, you have basically sort of the beginning of the movie when they go into the title song, and then they go right into the O of the movie word. This is what you see when it goes into the O of the movie word. So it's a pretty nice little detail, nice little thing they did there. And then of course you have the reformatting of Megatron into Galvatron by Unicron here, which is really nice. And then you get a booklet. It's not just a regular thing. You get a booklet here detailing everything. So you get a booklet with some nice screenshots and everything. So it's really cool. It's really cool that they put this in there. Really nice. I should say, just really good that they did this. It's a nice little booklet to read through. Kind of gives you a little bit of background on where certain scores ended up and why, so it's pretty nice. So really cool to have this. So just really nice. Now that isn't the, now as good as it is to have the score and everything to the movie, as well as 2 different copies of the soundtrack, as nice as that is, it pales in comparison to this. This here was a reissue by At the Movies. This was a reissue by At the Movies. Music on vinyl by Scotti Brothers. This is At the Movies. This is the Transformers on vinyl. Transformers. Let me see if I can back this up a little bit. Oh, not zoom in, but back it up just a bit. Oops. Didn't want that to happen. Hold on for a sec. Okay, there we go. But yeah, we have the Transformers movie soundtrack on vinyl. Yes, I actually got this online. This is At the Movies. This is a reissue of the original soundtrack on vinyl. You know, because vinyl's making a big comeback and all that. And we do have a record player or so here in the house. My mom actually has a Bluetooth one. But this is the original, well, not original, but this is a reissue of it. You can tell by the glossiness on there, so that's pretty cool. And then it has And just to let you know, it's a reissue. It says "At the Movies." Oh shoot! And I probably ruined it a little bit. Maybe not. But yeah, there it is. There is the there's the soundtrack. Making sure there's no scratches or anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But here you have side 1, and you can kind of see on side 1 exactly what's on there. And then of course on side 2. So it's pretty nice. Didn't mean for it to slip out of there. That's unprofessional. But yeah, and then of course you have the back, which shows you what sides the songs are on. So it's really nice, just a really good addition. And I think they re-released this due to the fact that again, you had some anniversaries coming up, and they just wanted to, and I guess they realized it's a very popular soundtrack, so that was really nice of them to do. But then, that wasn't the only version that came out. In time for the 30th anniversary, they released this. Yes, the Transformers the Movie Original Motion Picture Soundtrack Special Edition with the Autobot symbol on there. And then on the front, look at that. In the cover, look at that. Look at that artwork there. I don't know if you can see that very well, but look at that. Look at that artwork. That is just beautiful artwork. I don't know if you could really see that, but look at that artwork. That is just beautiful. Just to let you guys see a better representation of it. Just beautiful artwork. And then of course it continues on the inside, which is pretty cool. Look at that. That's really nice. Really nice artwork. Really cool. And it's kind of a flipper. Like, I think if you wanted to flip it and go another direction with the cover, you could, because here you have the Decepticon logo opposed to the Autobot one. So if you wanted to flip it over, you could. And the way they have this packaged is really, really intriguing. Just, it's massive, but the way they have this packaged is really intriguing, because here, when you open up, oops, and there goes the CDs, have to get those. But when you open up here, you have, if I can get it out real carefully, maybe, maybe not. Ah, there we go. You have a red vinyl. You have a red vinyl, has the Autobot logo on it. I don't know if you can see that very well. Has the, I think if you reflect it very well, it's, yeah, you can kind of see it there. It's kind of cool. And then on the flip side, you have the cover. It shows you basically like what songs and all that are on there. That's really nice. But again, like I say, on the back, you have the Autobot logo. I think, again, you can probably see that all depending on the light here. Yeah, you can kind of see that. Has the Autobot logo on there. Again, pretty nice. I want to make sure I can get it back into its sleeve here. So that's pretty nice. Now, opposed to that, so when you open this up, you have this end, and underneath the Soundwave picture, you have a purple record. You have a purple record here with the Decepticon logo on it. I think you can see that just a little bit. And then on the other side, you have what's on the other record, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if you look on the back, just like with the first record, you have the insignia of the group that this color represents, and that of course being the Decepticons. Yeah, but so yeah, pretty nice. I just want to make sure everything gets in there tightly. Looks like something's off a little bit. Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. Alright. Just pushed it in, I think. But yeah, it's really nice. Really nice collector's edition. Again, this was released in time for the 30th anniversary of the movie. And it shows you on the back, like what's on the Autobot record. So you got that on the Autobot record. And then on the Decepticon one, you have those. So, really nice. Just really nice to have in the collection. It's really nice to have in the collection. So anyway, that's going to be about it, really, for this video. Get everything lined up here best I can. So yes, pretty much going to be about it for this video. You know, just try to line things up a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. So I hope you guys liked it. Let me know down below what you think. Let me know if any of you have gotten all these versions of the soundtrack and the score. Comment if you like. I'd love to hear from each and every one of you. Zara Nizarak, I would love to hear what you have to say. Rodimus Primal, I would like to hear what you have to say. Anybody who's a Transformers fan, let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. And I'll talk to y'all later.